Hello, and welcome back to episode 7 of Terrarium. I think that's the right number. Some stuff's happened since last time. I don't actually remember. I'm pretty sure I died one or multiple times while attempting to find Scene's base again. And then also they built this here. I removed most of it, but yep, it's here. I can't really use the footage from that because it just entirely sucked. But it is now time to start actually building the house that we have been working on for almost the entire series. So, step 1, let's get some wood. Here's wood. Step 2, let's get some dirt because we are going to have a back garden thing. Here's some dirt. I almost clicked all of the dirt in that chest into my inventory. That would not have been very good. But alrighty, now we can just get started. So I guess the first step here is just to lay out a bit of a floor plan. Just go out, stick some wood on all the places. So here's a place, here's a place, here's a place. If you haven't seen the older episodes, then this is actually where the basement's going to be, which is why we have a massive pit right here. Wait, does wood need to go there? Oh wait, it does, yeah. So this is where the basement's going to be. Well, most of this is going to be the basement. We've got a little bit over there, here-ish, that's actually going to be a garden. So we can do things with that. So I guess, what should we start with here? Let's start by outlining the garden, maybe. So, we go, and it is like... I forgot to get cobblestone. Wait, not cobblestone, stone bricks. Those are actually an important thing here, since the garden wall is going to be made out of them. So we have got... Alright, 2 stacks of stone bricks here. So this back wall here is going to be made out of them. You could actually embed some logs in it, though. I feel like that could look decent. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. What if we just did this? Would that be decent? Like, it's still super flat, which I don't particularly like. At the same time, what if we just didn't... Why do I not have an axe? Okay, ignoring that. I feel like since this is just sort of a generic back wall, maybe it would be better not to embed wood in it. Like, what if it straight up was just completely flat? And then same thing for this wall. We're just going to plonk out some stone bricks here. But now onto the interesting bit is this bit of the wall, and I forgot to stick a log here. Oop. Right, so... I think this bit should probably be made out of planks. I don't know if this really matters because I'm probably just going to cover all of it in carpet anyway. But for now at least, let's say this bit's made out of planks. Alright, so here is the outline of the garden. And then we stick dirt in it. Yep. So exciting, sticking dirt in a garden. Actually, speaking of that, recently yes, I did things. So many things. But the specific thing is it was basically working for a job, but I got to spend multiple hours just trying to stick plants into pots with potting soil as quickly as possible. It was interesting. I'm very glad that's not actually my job. That would drive me nutty within the span of a few weeks. But it was interesting for a short time. And yep, alright, grass is already spreading over here, that's good. And do we want to leave this as dirt? I feel like we do. I feel like it actually looks better that way. And now then we have got some other room outlines to do, I'm just going to cut and do them off camera. And I am back. I have done the things. Now in terms of the actual floor, I think the material it's made out of doesn't matter a whole lot, since I'm going to make basically all of it covered in carpet. So you know what? Actually, what I'm going to do, cobblestone slabs, the single cheapest block I could think of is what the floor will be made out of. And then later I will cover it all with carpet and pretend it wasn't made on a negative budget. So here we go, cobblestone slabs. Yee. And also a fun bit of this is I feel like you could have some nice fun making secret compartments underneath this. Like, you've already got a half block gap, you know. What if you just dug it 2 more blocks down and had, like, a sneaky subfloor? So I might actually do that at some point, just some sort of secret room underneath all of this. And also, I feel like the cobblestone ceiling would suit that well. But what could you put in a secret room? That's the interesting bit. Since I've got a few ideas, but I'm going to put those in the not secret rooms. So what do you do with the super sneaky ones? Then another fun idea is I could have just straight up underground rooms underneath the road. Like, what if we just dug under here and stuck a room in here? That would be fun. I still don't know what we'd use any of those for, but we could probably think of something. Like, if nothing else, just stick a pool in there or something. That would clash horribly with the vibe of everything else, but also it would be very funny. Just like, ah yes, I made a secret room underneath the town square, and what did I do with it? I installed a swimming pool. Then other ideas, a maze. I want to put a maze somewhere. I don't really know where it's going to be yet, but definitely somewhere in here. Because I just like mazes a lot. And also I just have a few fun memories associated with them, such as the time I told my dad about the follow the left wall rule while we were in an actual physical maze. And then I was like, me and my mom followed the left wall, he followed the right wall. And then me and my mom got out in the matter like 5 minutes or so, but he was just still in the maze a half hour later. Like, just in there. And we looked at the map later, and it turned out, oh, if you follow the left wall, you're basically at the exit. If you follow the right wall, with the way the maze is designed, you might never get out. So that was fun. I thought that was quite funny. I think he was just a bit irritated about it, so, you know, each time we go in a maze and manage to lose him somehow, he just gets slightly less likely to go in another maze next time. But we're still doing it. We've been to a lot of mazes and lost him a lot of times. Now, also, if you made... It would be very funny to make a maze with, like, a few secret doors and such, just to really mess with people. Why don't I try to sleep there? But alright, we have got floors in here. So the next question, do we want to keep these spruce pillars here? Or do we want to build it some other way? Since, like, I'm not really sure I like the way they look, especially if, like, if you just look here, these are not evenly spaced. It's like a gap of 5, then a gap of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is just a single block off, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, I feel like the look could work. Like, if you do this and just sort of go with it, maybe it, like... It kind of reminds me of forced perspective, if you think about it. Like, you have this, maybe just make the ceiling get slightly higher as it goes back so it looks larger than it is. I don't think you could do that with slabs, though, otherwise it would be a really fun effect to have. Let's just get this out of the way here. So what do we want to do with the other pillars? That is the new question. And do we want a door along here? We've got this big open space, we could stick some big windows in it. We could make it like a patio, we could make it open to the outside. That could be decent. But what if we just straight up built a fence along here or something and had, like, fence gates in it? I guess let's start by how many blocks wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, if we... I'm trying to visualize this right now. Let's see. What if we did, like, 2 and 2? That looks very lopsided. What if we did this? Oh, this is actually decent. What if we did this and then had, like, 2 windows and then a door leading in? That could be decent. And then we have a second door here, so you don't have to go outside to access it. Yeah, I like that image. Just window here, door here. The windows would probably have to be made out of trapdoors or something because we have basically 0 sand on this map. Which is... they are... Okay, there aren't spruce trapdoors in this version, but... Yeah, with the mod we're using, there's basically 0 sand. Like, there's a tiny bit along the coastline, so windows are going to be super expensive. No, I am slightly tempted to go along someday and straight up take all of the sand from the coast, but I would actually feel bad for doing that. Like, it also is just pretty, the coast as it is, so I kind of don't want to just mug it. But let's see, what can we do with this room? What if we did this thing? Would that be decent looking? We don't actually need to put logs here. We could straight up just put dirt because no one's ever going to see it. And that is good because wood is expensive. We do not have a lot of it. So, is this good? I feel like I could go with this. It's kind of funny looking, but it's workable. On the other hand, though, what if, instead of that, we made the logs be like here, had it be like little pillars? Would that look okay? I'm trying to imagine this again. How would that look? Little pillar bits. Pillar here, pillar there, middle bit. I feel like that would look better than having it be straight up flat, so let's remove these here and just go bop, blink, 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 plump, boopity boopity bee. Pillar time. Yay. And in this room I have got some schemes in mind for it, so I feel like this wall is probably going to be straight up a blank wall, 0 windows into it. I want to have it be torchlit or something inside. I don't think we have the ability to get to the nether right now, so probably not a netherrack fire but torches. And the reason we can't get to the nether, 1, it is literally disabled, but 2, like, are there even lava pools on this server? Are there caves? No, there are caves, so there are probably also lava pools, but I've just, like, never seen any. We could probably just steal the lava from tons of blacksmiths and use that to make a portal, though. Now, alright, we have got this room planned out, we have got walls, we've got the garden growing nicely. So I never said what I was using the rooms for. This room is for cult rituals. I have known that for a long time. This room, the big one, is probably the storage space because I don't like this chest monster up here. And like, big storage spaces, good to have. And then this one is probably going to be straight up just like a way to get from upstairs to down here. Like, stick a path along it and some stairs so you can access the upper rooms and access down here. So let's see. Am I going to have wood here to make it? Wait, no, I'm not. I just realized I've done something weird here. Let's... Right, so how this is going to be built, we're going to have wood along here. Nothing here. More wood along here. Probably a door there because I want to have that. And then, like, this. We might have some sort of window built into here. And then there's going to be a door about here. Or we could... I feel like it should be off to one side. It doesn't feel like being centered would be good. So what if we just stick it here? And then what do we do with this space? I feel like it should be really wide open, not just a single door. But how do we do that? Come on in there. We could do, like, trapdoors? We could straight up just have it be an arch, actually. We don't need a door here. So what if... Oh, pivot. I just realized. I wasn't planning on building most of this out of wood. A lot of it was going to be stone. Do I want to stick with wood, or do I want to use stone on most of it? One trick is what if we just double layered some of these walls, had like outside wood, inside stone? I feel like that could look okay. Like if we moved this forward one. I don't want to move it forward though. So like, what if the inside of here was stone but the outside was wood? Would that look decent? Is this room square? This room is not square. Would I be okay with shrinking it a bit? Like, actually, if we shrink this room one block, it'll be square. So we could straight up just do that. But do we want to do that? We'd also have to account for the outside wall being uneven. I mean, there is always the option to just be kind of sneaky and extend it a block to the side. I don't really want to do that, but we could. Actually, you know what? We're just going to do that. We are going to make this room go slightly underneath the road, which is kind of cheating, but we are doing it anyway. And then what we are going to do, just move these each to the side, and go like this. And now we can build the walls out of stone bricks. So we can just go like, yay, stone, and go whoop, whoop. And it is almost nighttime. Just pretend that back wall's stone. Is this square? It needs to be... Wait, what did I do? What am I doing? I have no clue. You know what? I've spent way too long yammering about this. I'm going to cut, and after I figure out what I'm doing, then I'm going to finish. Already, I have figured out what to do for the cult room. As you can see, Guy cult room. Very secret. Very. So what you do, you go up, and then you're like, oh wow, I'm in the cult room. Amazing. And then what else is amazing is that I'm out of time right now, so I have to cut until, like, later to finish recording. Yay. And I am back. As it turns out, I really do not remember what I was doing before the cut because it has been about 3 hours in real life. But what I'm doing right now is I'm going off and I'm finishing off that cult room because it wasn't finished before and I want it to be finished. Yeah, amazing reasoning, right? Now just to make it feel a little bit taller in here than anywhere... Oh, it's snowing. But just to make it feel a little bit taller in here than it does anywhere else in the basement, I am using slabs to build the roof. So I can get an extra, like, half block, I think it is, of space off of it. Which isn't really necessary, but you know what, why not? Why not just do the extra little bit to make the cult room feel even more like a cult room? And you know what, I did just place a slab inside my head. That's maybe not an ideal thing to have happen. I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of blocks here in about 20 seconds. But until that happens, we can go on building this. And here we go, just stick in the back wall. You know what, I'll just build, like, this little corner of the room to try and get an impression of how it's going to look. So if we just stick the blocks in like this, hopefully it'll be close enough to done that we can tell what's going on. And you know what? Here it is. Here is our little cult room. And I forgot I don't have any torches on me because I died like 1 day ago and still haven't crafted everything I had. But if we do this, I feel like we can get basically the impression I'm going for in the room. Just kind of sus stone room with a high ceiling. Yeah, this is good. Now the next step is to go and get a carpet on it. Now, seeing the snow here, I'm very tempted to just not bother with the carpet and straight up use snow as the carpet. Because, yeah, at one point I will definitely have to be bothered to go out and, like, collect all the... what's the word? Just collect a whole bunch of carpet and dye it some color and stick it down. Wait, can you not craft snow in this version? What? But anyways, at some point I definitely will have to go out and collect a whole ton of carpet to place, but I don't really want to be bothered with that right now. So in the meantime, I'm going to try straight up making it out of snow. Wait, can you not craft snow? Oh, you can craft the flat ones in this version. I was worried for a moment that this was such an old version that you just couldn't, like, straight up were unable to craft the thin version of snow. And let's just get rid of the extra snow by chucking it at things. That is... Yep. I'm just noticing now, my voice sounds so very unenthusiastic here. I'm like... I don't really know why that is, since I feel like this is one of the more interesting things I do in a day. That was all that was all. Oh, okay. But, like, I feel like this is actually one of the more interesting things I get to do in a day. But somehow I still just, like, my voice immediately defaults to the single most neutral tone I have access to. Like, I act like I'm trying to give a math lecture on the game being played here, which is very funny because it does not fit the tone at all. Now hopefully this turns out to be enough. Wait, one more ball. Haha. Hopefully this turns out to be enough snow. There's basically a 50% chance it won't, but we can ignore that problem. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, at least we have an easy way to get down here, right? Alrighty. Let's just do the thing where we... Oh, I swear, is it melting? Or the torch is melting it? You know what? Say, hypothetically, we ignored the problem. Bingo. Oh, for goodness, no. You gonna melt it? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what would be really funny would be to just hide a trapdoor under some of the snow and use that as a secret entrance. I probably shouldn't say all of these things, because if I actually want to put in a secret entrance, you know. Anyways, I think the snow just doesn't really want to exist with all the torches here. Can mobs spawn on snow, actually? It'd be really funny if mobs just couldn't spawn on snow, so this was actually mob-proofed. But you know what? What can we do? Let's go with the epic life hack of cobblestone slabs. Yay! And maybe this'll make it look reinforced or something. And hopefully it also makes it so the snow doesn't vanish. This is the hackiest carpet I may have ever built, but you know what? It works. You know what I should really be using? Can you craft... You can't craft snow blocks out of snow things. You know, I'm just going to not bother to turn this into snow because the snow's probably temporary anyway. Anyways, let's just, you know, hide a random door here. What's this even go to? Oh, it's this thing. You know what would be amusing? Just like, let's put a door here, say. Just have a door. have a fun little secret exit. Where does this go? It's under the road? Okay, we are here. You know what I want to do? I want to just have, like, I don't know, someone builds a house here or something and just have a secret exit there. You know what? No. What if we just go a few blocks to the side and straight up, like 1, 2, 3, few blocks to the side, straight up just have a ladder or something? Oh, and of course the shovel broke already. We just go 1, 2, 3, 4. If we break this, yeah, here's the tree. Then we just sort of sneakily cover this here and hide that in. And we, like, just make it 1 block deeper so anyone who breaks the road doesn't immediately find the secret in here. Then I think we could just straight up craft a few ladders and have a secret exit down here. And that would be... Actually, I don't know... Okay, I have no reason to use a secret exit, thinking of it, because, like, everyone on the server does use common sense. But if nothing else, it would be funny to just straight up that. Like, wait, hang on. That's... Yeah, there does need to be a ladder there, otherwise it's impossible to climb out of. But yeah, let's just have this sitting around, you know? Like, just casual, fun little tunnel. Just out the side of this other fun little tunnel. Is this also under... Oh yeah, the original way in was over here. Boop. There's a tree. So alright, I have no clue why that exists, but you know what? Sometimes you just feel like digging a secret tunnel, and then you dig a secret tunnel. You know what? I keep hearing people say, secret tunnel, in real life, and I don't know what it's a reference to. Like, it sounds familiar. It sounds very familiar. I just don't know why it sounds familiar. And you know what? Let's not fall here, because we are at 3 hearts, and that would not be a good thing to have happen. So, door. Wait, we already had doors. We did not need to make more, we just have 5 doors now. So, you've got this door here, that door here. Then, do we want a door into the storage room, or do we just want another archway? Well, I'm tempted to go with an archway here. Like, just 2 big archways into the other parts of the house. I feel like that could be good. You know what if we made it asymmetrical and put a block there? Would that look weird? Having the archway to the right? On the other hand, what if we just didn't do that? What if we, like, stuck a second log here and just built the archway out of these? Would this look decent? That's... well, decent. Decent's a low bar. I feel like it looks decent. Does it look good? Not very, but can we ignore that? Yes. And I'm going to take these logs back because they are not wait, they are needed. Never mind. I'm going to take this dirt back because it is not needed. And I'm definitely short on dirt. Definitely. So what do we want to do here? Well, the obvious answer is to have stairs. Why do we have 3 different wood stacks? Like, say we just straight up make some stairs. And go blink, 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 blink. It is kind of annoying me how all of the details in this room are very flat, except for this single door. Like, you definitely are not supposed to use this many flat details. Like, you watch a single green video and then you go, oh, it's all about depth and not being a series of cubes. But at the same time, I can't really be bothered to do anything fancier. But at the same time, maybe I can actually be bothered to do something fancier, since, like, it does kind of annoy me having it be that flat. Like, what if we just do that, even? Does that look weird? I feel like that looks kind of weird. Say we... What if we used slabs instead? Would slabs be good for anything? Like, what if we do boink? That's also not great. What if we, like, extend these to be taller and add a crossbeam to it? What if we didn't use the stairs at all? What if it was just the beams? Like, this actually looks okay, at least. But I feel like we need something to add depth, since all of the new walls are going to be, like, just... Like, here the planks for context is going to be very flat. So what do we do here? You know, we could, like, make this side kind of bendy here. We could make it just open up around the corner like this. And, like, that would be... I feel like this would look decent. What if we made it just curve? At the same time, what if we take it even further and just do that? Is that okay? I can't tell. At that point, what if we just made it do like that? And yeah, I feel like I like this most. Just straight up have it, like, be a single block back. Are creepers going to... You know what? Mobs are definitely going to spawn in those holes. And you know what? Maybe I just do not care that I'm going to have the occasional creeper sound coming through. But oh wait, I feel like this is decent. Now what if we just shrunk it and made it 2 blocks wide to get some depth? Like, what if we just go blink, 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 and take all of these? Then we go blink, 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 blink. Is this good? I feel like this is better. And we have 3 planks remaining, that's fun. But alright, so we do this sort of thing. Wait, why are there planks back here? Why are there planks hidden in this gap? I feel like I probably just wasn't paying attention, but not paying attention with the planks when you only have about 6 planks remaining is definitely a bit silly. Now anyways, in terms of this, I feel like it could be good to add an overhang to it. Like, we could stick some slabs here, this sort of thing, like side stairs. Since this would have 2 advantages. Firstly, it would... Do we need this plank? No. I'm being very aggressive about saving planks. But the advantages of this are that first, I don't remember the first one, maybe it's that it looks pretty, but second, it does actually get more space upstairs. And we're pretty desperately short on space, so I feel like this looks at least decent. And now we can at least kind of imagine how it's going to look from here. So we have out here the basement. This is just a blank wall. We don't talk about what's behind it. It's a very secret shrine. We've got this in here. And then we just have to sort out the storage room. And now, since we are basically out of resources, I'm going to cut here and stop rambling and do some building, and probably also harvest resources, and we'll see what happens when I come back. Actually, when I come back... You know what? No, I may or may not cut the video here. You just have to find out.